So tell me what you think it means. We're top 10 in the nation in defense. And of course, we have the two, nobody has two edge guys on one team like we do. I would say Aiden is maybe a notch below a Chase Young, but David, in terms of an individual impact player, but David Ojabo on the other side is a compliment. I mean, that's just nuts to have that guy with that guy, But offensively, Michigan led ends up now leading the nation most touchdown plays or plays of 50 yards or more. We aren't going to probably have a skill position player. We actually passed you guys after the Iowa game this week. Michigan's actually number one in plays of 50 yards or more in college football. That's courtesy of Pat Forty over at Yahoo. Think about that. Now think about look who our quarterback is. He was third string quarterback at the start of last camp. We got a 5-star on the bench. He barely throws the ball. We haven't had a skill position player taken in the first round of the draft since 2005 with Braylon Edwards. Now, I think Hassan Haskins is going to play a long time in the NFL with his durability, ability to catch, pass block. He's a 3-down back. But I also don't think he's a guy that runs a 3-1-2 cone drill at the combine and gets picked in the first round, right? So we may not have a first-round skill player, the guy who entered the 2020 season third string at quarterback, and is frankly, if we're being honest, probably just placeholding the position for J.J. McCarthy. And yet that team on offense led the nation in plays of 50 yards or more.
And doesn't even play call
to do that specifically.
In a way that should produce that statistic.
Yes, correct. We're not. We scheme guys open when we think we have to make the defense honest, but we don't go into a game trying to Lincoln Riley the sucker. We're not trying to do that, right? So, yeah. So what do you think that means for this team moving forward into the college football playoffs?
Well, I think it means for a crazy, amazing matchup, argument, debate that we will have for the next 3 weeks, because when I look at Georgia and Michigan, and I'm guessing when they look at each other now on tape, they're
a little bit like that Spider-Man gif where they point fingers at each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are the same.
They got a 5-star quarterback on the bench too.
Ways.
They're playing a walk-on, right? It is similar. Yes.
It's similar in so many ways. They don't have prolific passing numbers on the outside, but these Georgia receivers are, they were 5-star, 4-star guys. They have that tight end that you talked about when we got together the other day on my show.
That's who I'm concerned about. If there's anything when I say we don't have a weakness, I'm not saying we're elite everywhere, but we don't really have a place that that's why we're in the playoff. Most teams that make the playoff don't really have a position where you're like, oh yeah, we attack those guys all day long, right? For us, if we have an area matchup-wise where I am concerned, it's our linebackers having to cover that tight end, Brook Bowers. I am concerned about that. We have fast linebackers, but they are not necessarily the quickest in space, and so I am concerned about that matchup.
Steve, it's going to be interesting to see what Georgia's tact is on the outside with the two tackles taking on your two ends, because Ohio State, this made no sense to me. So Ohio State, the only plays that they're making, those 3 wide receivers, as we've discussed, kept them in the game. Okay, they're making all the catches. Ohio State has a tremendous future NFL tight end in Jeremy Ruckert,
right,
but that was not his day to catch 8 passes. I think he caught 1 ball for 2 yards. Keep him in to block Hutchinson. Help the tackle out, to leave those tackles exposed. I know they're going to play in the NFL, but it's one of the 2 positions on the field where one position has such a disadvantage against another position, meaning tackle, blocking an elite end, and Michigan has 2 of them, and one of them so good he's going to New York when almost never a defensive player is able to make that trip. That's how good he is. I want to see if Georgia's that stubborn. Some of Kirby Smart's other decisions leads me to believe that he thinks, okay, well, we've got 2 NFL tackles as well, and that happened in the Big Ten. We're different. We're going to be able to block those 2, where he should probably be strategizing otherwise.
Well, next time we have you on, we will go with a much more in-depth breakdown. It actually will be our preview of the Orange Bowl on New Year's Eve, and we'll get more of your thoughts on how you think these teams match up and what your prediction is. The Bulldogs are opened up at about a touchdown favorite. I think it was 7. I don't know if the line has moved one way or the other since then. Do you know? Has it gone up since then?
I don't know, Steve, but I appreciate the preview, because you usually hit me with this prediction notice on,
I'm giving you a heads up this
time.
time.
I'm the guy usually making predictions at 10 in the morning on Saturday. So
well, we will do that next time we talk. We'll preview the Orange Bowl and get a breakdown. We'll look at the individual matchups.